What are we here for again?
This is the first ever fantasy football podcast where
What's fantasy football?
I don't really know what to tell them to expect.
Neither me too.
But
Neither do we.
this is going to be a work in progress. We don't know where this is going to go.
You know how the Nick and Joe's a shit show? This is like a shit show times 2 at least. Times 3, I guess, if you're here.
But for right now, PSO Sports 1 on YouTube, or on Twitter and Instagram, and Pointless Sports Opinions on Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Twitch.
Fantasy football's back, baby.
Yeah, fantasy football.
We waited a long time for this.
It's back. I don't know, where do you guys want to start?
Let's biggest shocks for week 1.
I just want to preface this by saying we're going to talk about our league.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay,
Quite a bit.
That's what my basis is off of.
Yeah, we're going to talk about our league. So let's just start with, how did your guys' week 1 go?
About as bad as a week 1 could go.
So what happened?
Well,
Take me through it.
It just, my running backs were, I had Alex Collins. If you guys know Alex Collins, he had 7 touches, which for your RB2 is not what you want at all. Like, you want 15. He scored, he fumbled. He had
fourth round pick or 5th round pick?
Third round pick.
Third.
Let me clear. It's a 12-man league, and running backs go faster than. If you don't have a running back by the 3rd round, or 2 running backs by the 3rd or 4th round, you ain't gonna be good. So. Alex Collins is what I had to settle for in the 3rd round. I believe he was the best running back available. I mean, you can tell me otherwise, but
okay, let's do that. Let's do biggest flops of the week. Did you have one?
Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
Dude, why are you starting him? Like, that's just a bad fantasy start in general.
Why?
Against the Eagles?
Against the Eagles defense in Philly. Everything that I read was do not Matt Ryan and
doing what I wanted him to.
Matt Ryan and Big Ben were the biggest supposed to be sits of the week, especially with guys like Andy Dalton, who had a cake matchup this weekend. Tyrod had a good matchup, but the weather, I wouldn't probably played him. But other than that, with guys like that on the waiver wire, like, I would not have started Matt Ryan this week. Why wouldn't you look for a guy like Ryan Fitzpatrick or something? Eh?
Yeah. It's like you weren't smart enough to start Ryan.
I was not smart enough to not play.
I'm not saying that.
Scored 5 touchdowns, 4 through the air, 1 on the ground. Deshaun Jackson had 2, Mike Evans had 1, Chris Godwin had 1.
Who's your biggest flop?
I mean, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but I didn't really have a big flop.
Score 150 points.
I didn't really have a big flop. My biggest flop was probably Jack Doyle, who didn't even do that bad, but he fumbled.
5-6 points.
He had like 6 points.
I had like 3 flops. I had Collins, or freaking Chris Hogan. What the hell? And
what Chris Hogan do this week? 1 catch.
1 catch for, and also I had Njoku had 3 catches for 13 yards. I don't even know how do you do that. How do you do that?
You can't judge anything in the Cleveland.
The best thing that I read about Njoku is he was 2nd most in targets. If he's doing that every week, I'll take it.
And it was pouring down rain.
Yeah,
bad.
Yeah, so I'm not too worried. Like I said, I'm not too worried about the Hogan Njoku as much as I am worried about the Collins thing, because I feel like Hogan will get his targets. Collins, there was 4 running backs that got big touches in that backfield, and that's what scares me the most.
Yeah, Dixon got like 4.
He played. It was at the end of the game. He was coming in to just freaking run out the clock.
47-3. Very weird game.
It was a weird game.
Very weird game.
Gonna be the worst.
Does that prove anything for Baltimore though? Because they were. I mean, they could have came out and flopped on offense, and they didn't. Joe Flacco looked good.
Joe Flacco did look good.
I haven't gone back over that game just because I can't get myself to do it yet. But they said Lamar Jackson was on the field. He
played the 4th quarter. They literally brought in all the backups in the 4th. That's why. I mean, he had
RG3 though.
I didn't even know.
Who'd you rather
I don't think
see?
so.
I'm asking. I don't think so.
I don't know. They did run a play with Lamar Jackson in the 1st quarter that was like an end around that he tried to throw, and the defense blew it up and he just threw it out of bounds.
No, that's screwed up. Like,
that's good.
If that stuff starts working, like, end around to Lamar Jackson, and he's like throwing downfield and stuff,
or running down,
like that's not good for anyone.
It was like he was in motion. They pitched it to him. That luckily the defense just blew it up, and like he almost got sacked. He got away from it and just chucked it out of bounds, or they would have lost like 15, 20 yards. But if that does work, like you said, like on the trick play, I mean, I would imagine if Lamar Jackson comes on the field with Joe Flacco, your light goes off in your head, like, hey, something's going on here. I mean, he's not obviously running downfield to catch a pass.
He's gonna be involved.
Yeah. I mean, but yeah, that's exactly. But who shocked you this week? Like, just like you didn't think was gonna have.
The tight end from Seattle, Dissel.
Dissel, yeah.
Dissel, what the hell?
How many? What was it?
Three,
You got his,
105 and 1, I think is really what it was.
Crazy. He scored. He hit like a
66-yard bomb.
Yeah, like he almost scored.
Almost broke it.
Like, who is this guy?
But
who shocked me? I don't know. Can you say Alvin Kamara is a shocker? I just want an excuse to talk about Alvin Kamara.
You just want an excuse to talk about
Alvin Kamara's on Caleb's fantasy
You're going to be able
team.
to talk about your week.
Alvin Kamara touched the ball 17 times and he scored 3 times.
Yeah, he's an insane.
He was insane, and he had a 2-point conversion.
He's just better.
Yeah.
They're like guys like him, and I wanted to talk about Tyreek Hill as well.
Oh my
They're not
God.
going to have to get a ton of touches because they're just better than everyone.
They're going to make
And
that
they're going
one
to be
play.
super efficient, and they're going to be good every time.
It's bad because I dogged on Tyreek Hill because I was just like,
That's what Baker said. Joe Baker in our league has Tyreek Hill.
I didn't like
I wouldn't have taken him over some of the guys that were there.
No, absolutely not, because you don't know what you're getting out of what we consider
The biggest one, he
rookie.
took him over Keenan Allen.
Yeah, and he's a. You don't say Patty Mahomes is a rookie quarterback, but he's a first-year quarterback, first time starting.
I mean, yeah.
So you don't know what you're really getting out of Patty Mahomes. This is why I don't want to take my number one receiver. I don't want a quarterback that I don't have question mark. But I mean,
yeah.
Patty looked great.
You just need someone to throw the ball really far.
Patty was crazy.
For Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Deshaun Jackson was the guy I thought was just like, where did that come from? He had 2 touchdowns, like 156 yards.
So what's the deal? Is Jameis coming back in there?
I think so.
Did they stick with the magic?
We'll see how 2 weeks go.
Did they stick with the magic?
That was my biggest surprise.
I mean,
Fitzpatrick was going on.
He spread
know,
the ball
man.
out so well.
He did.
And it was against the Saints. Like, the Saints were supposed to have a good defense.
Supposed to.
Supposed to. You give a
They
40
got ran.
by a backup quarterback that's like 35.
And one of the probably consensus by almost everyone in this room, worst team in the league. 3 worst teams in the league.
I had him on pick'ems and I lost all my pick'ems. So thank you, Mr. Ryan Fitzpatrick. You suck. But
Any more standouts? I don't know. Patty Mahomes was really good.
Patty Mahomes looked good.
Drew Brees was good, but that whole game was garbage time.
I don't know if you
Phillip
guys will say
Rivers
this.
was good.
Adrian Peterson looked good.
Yeah.
God
he
damn.
did.
He's still
All
coming
day.
back and running.
28 touches, 29 touches, something like that.
I think it was 25
20
for 98 or something
26
like that.
for 96.
Yeah.
I gotta shout out my boy real quick. Andrew Luck, first game in 2 years. He looked really good for his first game in 2 years. For a guy who drafted him really late, I'm really happy I got him because he looked really good for his first game back. I can't wait to see what his upside is.
Joey Mixon, dude.
Joey Mixon looked good.
Damn
Joey
it!
Mixon
Why do we
was-
got to talk about him? Why?
Nick's got Joey
Why?
Mixon.
I got Joey Mixon.
That dude was shredding. He looks like he's going to be
A top,
big time
yeah.
workhorse.
Scary.
I have a bet going on with him that he's gonna have 500 plus rushing yards or receiving yards.
Oh, really? With who?
Grant McCurran. It's like
Oh.
$25.
And
I-
he said he wouldn't.
I said he wouldn't. He
He
said
only
he would.
got 30 or 40.
54.
Last night.
54. That's on. He's on pace.
Cool.
How many yards does he need a game? Somebody do math.
16 divided by 500, it would be like 37.
40 something. Right. No, it is 30 something. He's right.
That's easy.
Yeah.
Easy. Gio Bernard.
I know.
Did nothing. He did absolutely nothing.
32.
All right, let's talk about. I don't know. What do you want to talk about? Some of our matchups.
Some of the matchups, I mean, some of them are just
Like-
blowouts, and then there's matchups like mine where I have 80 points that I'm still in contention just because I'm a lucky bastard.
There are 3 teams in our league projected to score not 80 or less, or not less than 90. So that's pretty gross.
That's probably me.
That's disgusting. Yeah.
My whole team is just
No,
nasty.
you're not.
I mean, I probably will though.
You're projected 94.
I don't think
so
Mar-
you've got Marvin Jones going tonight.
And I don't love it.
One-on-one matchup with Marvin Jones and Brandon Cooks.
That's what it is. We are pretty much. I'm up 5.5, 6, but I don't love Marvin Jones' matchup.
And who are you playing? You're playing
Nick Jacobs.
a former winless owner.
We got to throw that out there. He went 0-13 like
0-14.
3 seasons. 0-14.
Yeah, we put the wrong record on the trophy, but it's fine.
That's fine.
We created a toilet bowl with his face on it.
That's what happens when you lose every game for a whole year.
Every game.
Every game.
He's-
Chase, what did you say we should talk about? Greg Olson?
Yeah, people are kind of in a
So Greg Olson is out.
fence over it
How long
He's hurt.
is
I
he?
don't know how long he's out for.
And there's tight ends.
long term.
I know it was a foot injury and he had a
Here's the
problem with
thing.
that last year.
Here's the thing about fantasy tight ends. They're stupid.
You can stream him.
They're really dumb.
Play matchups. I like to get.
Man, I'm horrible at it.
I'm pretty decent at it, honestly. Like that and streaming defenses are what I love. That's how I win. I literally win my leagues almost every year from streaming defenses, streaming tight ends, and streaming kickers. You just gotta. Caleb hates kickers and thinks they do not need to believe.
No place in fantasy football.
But if you find the right kicker matchup, you can find a kicker that can score 10
Explain
points.
What you look for in a kicker matchup?
I look for a team that's got a decent offense
Basically, you're just
against a good
looking for a guy
defense.
in a dome.
I'm looking for a guy that's playing like a decent defense with a good offense that gets they can get over midfield.
That guy scores 2.
I mean, it happens, but
Kickers, my man.
It's ridiculously
Caleb hates
luck. It's
kickers.
luck.
Tight
It's
ends.
so dumb that they're in.
There's so many good tight ends on the waiver wire.
No, what, dude?
They need to
We
put
vote-
punters in there.
Yes, they do. They
We
need to
vote
put punters in there.
You know what? That have way more skill than the stupid kickers.
Dude, Vinny was out there 45 years old kicking him from 50. He almost hit a 55. Almost hit a 55.
Yeah, he's good.
He's going to be wavered by
On the
me.
waiver wire.
But yeah,
By
Greg
me.
Olsen, you probably spent a pretty nice round pick on Greg Olsen.
And
Five, six, seven.
also want to
don't
address,
agree with that.
don't draft tight ends early.
Yeah.
Unless you're getting Gronk, do not draft a tight end.
Gronk
This is my personal opinion.
Second round.
Ebron's available. Andrew Luck's quarterback. I like it.
Kittle for Garoppolo and Kittle. He loved
Kittle,
them there.
He's owned in a lot of
Same thing.
leagues, so I don't know if he's still available in yours. The dude
Disley?
Watson from New Orleans.
Bubba Watson.
I like him.
Bubba. On the PGA Tour,
No,
Bubba.
not that guy. What's his Ben?
Ben.
Watson.
Jesse James.
Jesse James, yeah.
He had 5 targets yesterday. I mean,
This
Yeah.
guy.
in a bad
5 targets in the dump ball. What?
Jonnu Smith for the Titans.
We're just doing logistics.
Titans new guy.
Oh yeah, Titans.
Jonnu Smith.
Delaney, no Delaney Walker.
So that's
okay,
good.
so we gotta find guys for the Delaney Walker owners and the Greg Olsen owners.
Yeah, there's some.
Antonio Gates is out there. He
He's a
had,
tight end.
All man Gates.
I mean, he's going to be
touchdown or bust
really
guy.
touchdown
Austin
dependent.
Safarian Jenkins.
OJ Howard
not very
might be
old.
out
I
there
mean,
for you.
OJ Howard,
Hooper.
Cameron Brate. You could play both of those guys.
You can play a lot of these guys
Actually,
on
no,
matchups.
do not play Cameron Brate. He had 2 targets.
Play a lot of these guys on matchups. That's
Actually,
what it's going to be.
Fitzpatrick really doesn't throw to the tight end. So you might need to wait on.
I think Ebron's a good value.
Ebron
Luck
versus-
always is really good with 2 tight ends. He's
Ebron,
always worked
He
at
was
2
throwing
tight
to swoop too.
that's what I'm-
So 3 tight ends.
if
would get
Ebron's
worked
out there, I would definitely look at him. I like Kittle's available in our league, and I think I'm going to waiver him just because.
Ebron scored. He had like 5 for 50 and a touchdown. Jack Doyle led the team in targets, and Swoop was catching passes. So play your Colts tight ends. Don't play Swoop, but
I like Jesse James too.
I think
Even
Benjamin
though-
Watson's the guy he pick up if he's there. He's playing Cleveland next week.
Yeah,
what did he do?
He's
he had
just,
4 catches for like 30
he's got
yards.
Cleveland
That's
next
not
week
bad.
though.
4 for 44. Depending on what league you're in, you might as well.
Got
go
Cleveland.
with him.
He's got Drew Brees thrown to him. I mean, for
But yeah,
next week. That's
in the
next
bounce
week.
I think we covered a lot of tight ends.
This is your streaming option. That's your best bet, I think.
Who's one guy
Who's
you are
there?
targeting on the waiver wire this week? Do you feel comfortable saying that, or do you?
I will tell you, yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Well, I don't know.
I have the last
had a
waiver
claim in
pick, so
already.
I have 3 claims in just because
Well,
my team's
I want-
garbage.
I don't know if I want to roll with Jack Doyle again for week 2. I might try to get Greg Kittle. But George Kittle, sorry. But also the Baltimore running backs, something's going to happen.
Something's
there.
Yeah, thank you,
The
thank
Buck
you.
Allen or the Kenneth Dixon show, you pick.
I think I'm gonna I'm gonna put a waiver on Buck Allen
Number
just
1
because
is
I have
TJ
to.
Yeldon.
yeah,
Yeah,
everyone's
pick up
grabbing
TJ
Yeldon.
Yeldon.
Everyone's grabbing
What
Yeldon.
about the dude from Denver?
Lindsey?
Oh, Lindsey?
He'll be
Yeah.
one of those
Yeah,
guys
pick-
that's getting
pick him
claimed.
up.
What's his story? Where did he come from?
I think he's a new guy.
He's
Rookie.
an undrafted free agent.
Yeah.
They like him.
Yeah,
And-
apparently, yeah.
They said he had a good.
And he had,
Denver.
what?
He's a native of Denver too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, he did go to. He went to Colorado.
He had 17 touch. He is a second. He had the. He was tied with
Freeman for touches.
Freeman for touches out of the backfield, and he had more catches.
And when he was on the field, he
Yeah.
was getting the ball.
Yeah. You can definitely
He had
drop
like the
Devontae
highest
Booker
touch
in your
to
leagues.
snap ratio. When he was playing, he was getting the ball.
I feel like that's a guy that people are going to waiver, and then he might fall off. But I think
Definitely.
at this stage in the season, you take, especially on running
running
backs,
back.
you have to take it.
Yeah.
It's like Yeldon. If
What
Fournette,
about Sproles?
He was getting work. He
Thing
was
is-
getting work, but there's
Sproles is always going to be good until we're all dead.
four guys in that backfield though, so it's hard.
the thing
to
is,
really
I
do.
never feel comfortable starting a guy like Darren Sproles,
Never.
is because you just don't know what you're getting. He
Who busts?
could go
But
off.
you can do worse.
I did do worse. I think I did. Like I had players that I'm like, damn, I wish I would have. I thought the first thing I said because I have Clement, and I thought Clement was going to be what Sproles was when he played. Was it Thursday night?
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh, Clement's going to be the guy who gets all the catches. It was Darren Sproles that got all the work. So maybe I dropped Clement for Sproles. I don't know. I think, like you said,
Not
if
doing that.
I think I'm dropping Clement for Buck Allen. I have to. I have to protect Alex Collins, who's my number 2 running back. So I have to go get a guy like Buck Allen, who I think could maybe potentially take over Alex
Depending
Collins.
on the league, you could flex a guy like Buck Allen because he's a third down guy. If
He
you're in a half point or full point league.
he's their catching down back. It sucks to start again, but
third down back.
I call it the catching down back.
Catching down back, I like that.
Well, it's the third down back, but he's in there because they're probably passing.
Throwing them the ball.
He's not going to be out there on 3rd and 1. He might.
He probably will.
I don't know.
You never know.
Collins is a workhorse, dude. They put him. Collins is a
workhorse.
He's like a good.
7 carries ain't no
carries,
workhorse.
I mean, he's the goal. He's the guy that if they need a yard, they're putting Collins.
He's
in there.
well rested. You can tell us that.
He's well rested.
Just keep on. You guys.
Well, Nick, you got any waiver wire guys?
Lindsey was a guy I'm looking at.
Yeah, Lindsey. What about?
That's pretty much it. I mean, I think Fitzpatrick will get picked up.
Okay. What
Dalton.
about wide receivers for your Doug Baldwin owners?
Oh, I mean, if
Des Bryant, go get him if he's in your league. I'm telling you guys, he's gonna get signed this week.
Dude, I was watching. You've been saying the Sam Fran thing.
I've been preaching Sam Fran since he got released. Preaching Sam Fran, Des Bryant. I'm hashtag Des Bryant, Sam Fran.
I was watching that game back. They have no one, man.
They have the tight.
They have no one. They have Kittle, and that's it.
I'm worried
Goodwin
that
got hurt.
Goodwin got hurt.
Garcon's got nothing.
Dude, he had a touchdown catch. Carson, he went up in the air.
He's got nothing.
His hands, nothing.
He's got nothing.
I would say it's between Seattle, Sam Fran, and maybe Carolina.
Seattle's a big one.
Seattle's got Lockett, and then the waiver wire for wide receiver Brandon Marshall.
Yeah, Brandon Marshall.
He's gonna get picked up.
Are you picking up Brandon Marshall? Somebody's picking up. Brandon
I'm picking
Marshall
up
in the league.
Allison from Green Bay over
I'll take that. Yeah.
Brandon Marshall, just because, guys, Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback in the league right now, and we saw it last night. Every guy that's catching passes from Aaron Rodgers should be owned.
Yeah.
They should be.
You're right.
Especially what if a guy like Randall Cobb has a hamstring injury for a week and is out? That could easily happen. Randall Cobb's like 30.
And he's
5.
And he's going to be playing the outside because Randall Cobb's playing the slot.
Geronimo Allison?
Geronimo.
I think he should be looked at. I mean, what's his? I always kind of look for like how old is Allison? I hate
He's been on the team for a while.
See, that's what I don't like
He knows the system.
No, I think I do like that.
I'd rather have a guy that's because if he wasn't the guy getting targets in the previous years, it's less likely. It's more likely he falls off. Other than a guy that's just coming into the system that got 6 targets in the first game, 5 catches it for 6 yards and a touchdown. Maybe this picks up. Like, why hasn't the production been there the last 2 or 3 years when he was there? Like, why is it? I mean, Jordy Nelson.
Devontae Adams, Randall Cobb.
Yeah, Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
That's why.
I mean, yeah, I guess you're right. The Jordan Nelson
New
effect.
openings. And so is he going to be more effective this year than Jimmy Graham?
That's what I was saying because that's another guy they got.
Everyone was
I don't think so.
super high on Jimmy Graham this year,
Graham
and
didn't do anything.
I was not.
I thought Jimmy Graham could catch 10 touchdowns this
Me
year.
too. I love Jimmy Graham. I think he's a great
But he
tight
did
end.
nothing. He was not featured. And Rodgers doesn't normally throw to tight ends. He hasn't thrown to one since Jermichael Finley, and that was years ago.
Didn't Jared Cook have a good year with Rodgers?
Not a fantasy year.
I think the best tight end, or was it Richard Rodgers?
Yeah.
That was like the most reliable tight end I remember
so
Rodgers
maybe
having.
that's just, I don't know, unless Jimmy Graham's lining up on the outside.
He was one of the guys I marked to stay away from was Jimmy Graham because everyone was super high on him. I think he won in like the 7th round. And for guys that like, who did you get? Who were tight ends going late? Jordan Reed went super late, and I love Jordan.
He did really good. Who's got him? Terry's got him.
I love. No, was it Terry?
Pick. I think it is.
Terry's got him.
I thought it was Scott, or I thought it was Carson. Could be right though.
Carson
had
won.
Walker, right?
Carson won.
Oh yeah.
Didn't Carson have Walker?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like you might be right. It's not a big deal, but Jordan Reed was a guy that I liked. He does have Jordan Reed. He's just, I mean, Alex Smith. That
And
offense.
stupid Crabtree scored. Thinking of Terry's team.
He did score.
I think you could.
Crabtree.
was
I
a lot.
hate.
Catches.
I never started a Baltimore wide receiver on my team ever, and I don't think I ever will. Not with Joe Flacco
Dude,
under
all
center.
three of those guys scored.
This-
Crabtree, John Brown, and Snead scored.
What are the odds of that happening again next week?
Bills got
Never.
demolished, man. I don't know.
Yeah, the Bills are the worst team.
they
Joe
look
Flacco
bad.
might not throw 3 touchdowns in a game all the rest of the season, guys.
I don't know, man. Don't underestimate Joey Flacco.
He's probably like, oh shit, Lamar's here. I gotta
I
try.
think it finally answered the question.
Joe
Is he elite?
Flacco's elite, baby.
Is he elite?
He's got a Super Bowl. That's like
Doesn't count. Super Bowl
It
MVP.
definitely counts.
Super Bowl MVP.
he does.
Yeah.
There you go.
That counts.
Nicky Foles, same thing, dude.
Yeah. That was a weird Super Bowl.
There's a lot of weird Super Bowls.
The lights went out for like an hour and a half.
Yeah, he did.
It was not.
Ray Lewis was missing for like 45 minutes.
Yeah, it was probably Colin Kaepernick's fault. Anyway. So anything else here, Big Ben? That was a disaster.
These are like if you're not watching these matchups going into the week, you should. Big Ben was obviously sit. Matt Ryan was a sit. I still can't believe you started him. It's bad management over there.
Yeah, so I was drafting Alex Collins.
All right. Well, I mean, it
We all
might
make
work
mistakes.
out.
You're right.
Big
Yeah,
Ben,
yeah.
You were probably not comfortable playing anybody in that game, the Cleveland-Pittsburgh game, except like Antonio Brown and James Conner.
James Conner, hell of a week.
But
Yeah,
other than that, I'm not comfortable starting anybody. I had to start Landry. He did fine.
Yeah.
He had like 10 catches, 9 catches for 100 yards.
Josh Gordon. We're not going to even mention him.
Yeah, he had 2 targets.
He caught one.
Caught one of them for a touchdown.
That was a touchdown.
He didn't play until like
Biggest touchdown of the
overtime.
game. It's pretty crazy. They're going to feature him next week. He'll
Yeah,
be more involved.
they're like, oh yeah, he's good. His touchdown catch was great too.
Yeah, he's good, man.
He's
He's a
really
go up and get it guy.
Yeah, he could be scary to
Look how
watch.
big he is.
Yeah, he's a big man.
Yeah,
And fat. He's just, yeah.
he reminds me of Calvin Johnson.
I have Doug
Junior.
Baldwin in a league that I have Josh Gordon. So I'm going to
That's
have to
good.
probably make that swap. I'm not comfortable with that. How do we feel about the Seattle wide receiver thing? We already talked about Brandon Marshall, but would you rather have Brandon Marshall or Tyler Lockett?
Lockett.
I think the ceiling for
need to see-
Marshall is high.
Maybe.
I think the
I
ceiling.
don't think that at all.
I think that 100%.
You're just thinking because Brandon Marshall
Why?
has
He's
been
old.
good. Yeah, he's, what, 34?
Because he's Brandon
He's
Marshall.
been good
Is he
in the past.
34?
He's not
old.
Brandon Marshall anymore.
He's good. Yeah, you're thinking about
Stop it.
Bears Brandon Marshall.
I am thinking about Brandon's. Well, I'm thinking about that one year he had with the Jets with Fitzpatrick too. The one year he had like
Magic?
he had
I
like
thought he broke his. How long was he with the Jets? 2 years?
2 years.
Yeah.
And
He-
the second year I had him, and I remember I drafted him in fantasy, and it looked like he broke his leg in half.
What do you have,
You
like-
remember that?
No. I remember having
was
11,
like
like
opening
11 or 12 touchdowns with Brandon Marshall one or with Ryan Fitzpatrick. That was the year Ryan Fitzpatrick did like unbelievable
It
things.
is Russell Wilson. He can do many manual things. So, I mean, I'll take either
I
one,
don't-
to be
I-
honest.
Lockett-
What about that running back situation?
I like
I
Carson, man.
I don't like that running back situation. It's like the Baltimore one. I want to stay away from
Carson
it, but I have
looked
value.
good. He made that big hurdle. What's up?
Got a question from Zeus. He said,
What up,
"Hey
Zeus?
guys, so who do I start tonight? Is it either Marshawn Lynch or LeGarrette Blunt? What do you guys think?"
Easy Lynch.
I go with Lynch. He's just going to get more
Easy
touches.
Lynch.
He's going to get
Throw
more
Lynch in
carries.
there.
All right, hold up. Let me get my 2 cents in here. You guys are. I'll let you guys take your Lynch. I'll take the other side of the fence. I think that's going to be a blowout,
Yeah.
and I don't know like if Marshawn Lynch's going to get touches early. I think he's going to be touchdown dependent in that game because I think in the second half they're going to be
I
on.
think John Gruden's dumb. And he wants to run the ball the whole game.
Are they going to run the ball when they're down 20?
They might.
Jeff Fisher did
They
it.
traded Khalil Mack, so
Yeah.
I'm not ruling anything out.
Who are the Lions playing? The Jets.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Start LeGarrette Blunt.
No, start Lynch. I'm not there.
I go with Blunt
Nick
too.
break the tie.
Goal line carries.
I am scared of the Rams defense. But
The Rams defense might be
I
the
think
best defense,
the
and
Lions
the
have-
best front. You got Dominic Sue, Aaron Donald, and you're going to stick 32-year-old Marshawn Lynch
Yeah,
out
but
there.
he's getting the work.
he's getting work.
He's getting work against the best defense in the league.
But he's getting the work.
You
do you got?
can't tell me LeGarrette
What if
Blunt.
Blunt gets 6 carries?
They're going to be he's going to get goal line carries too.
Lynch
What
will
is,
get
Probably
goal line carries.
Over under Lynch 12 carries.
Lynch hasn't practiced yet.
Still?
Still,
I still go with Marshawn.
What do you mean he hasn't practiced
he
yet?
hasn't practiced.
At all this year?
Zeus said he hasn't practiced though.
I think
I'd
he's
still play
I think he's playing
If
tonight.
he's playing, you play Lynch.
Yeah, if he's
Over under
I
12.
roll the dice, dude.
Over under 12 carries for Lynch.
What? Oh, for Lynch or for?
Lynch.
Oh, he'll get 12
I
carries.
think he'll get 12 carries. I
Give me
don't.
the
He
over.
can get 30 yards
you're-
from it though.
You're taking the non-guaranteed workload of LeGarrette Blunt over the guaranteed workload of Marshawn
The
Lynch.
guarantee.
You give me 20 carries against the best defensive line in the best defensive line in football, or you give me 7 against one of the worst. I'm taking the 7 against
Are
the
the Jets
worst.
one of the worst?
are they that bad up front?
They're not
I
good.
think their rush defense
I
is
do
probably
not-
their best
I
part of their
don't agree with
defense.
It's not Aaron Donald and Dominic Sue and
You're right.
freaking.
But 7. Give me the over 10 carries
Workload.
all day.
We want
Give me the
workload.
workload.
You can't tell me that
You
LeGarrette
can
Blunt
average- you can
is
average 2
LeGarrette
yards
Blunt
a
not going to get
carry.
10
You're gonna
carries.
Score.
No.
Probably not.
I think he
He might
could.
get 10, carry on might get 8.
You guys
Riddick's
are
gonna catch every
super
pass.
high on Kerryon Johnson.
He's gonna play.
I think we all need to.
Abdullah going to be involved at all?
No, Abdullah got cut, didn't he?
No, he didn't. He made it.
What do you guys
What?
think about Doug Martin?
Gross.
What? Does someone own him in the chat?
Somebody's asking about him.
I'm shocked that Doug Martin made a team.
He's the backup, right?
No,
Or is it Washington?
it's Washington, and they still got Richard.
I don't think I mean,
Doug Martin.
that's
get him out of
lightning.
here.
That's lightning in a bottle right there.
Get
They're trying to
Doug
catch
Martin.
If you
something.
could trade him for like,
Doug Martin ain't no lightning. He's like mud in the street. He's not no lightning in the
People
bottle.
love.
he's like a fat guy in quicksand.
Yeah, get Doug Martin.
I guess we're not high on. I'm not high on him.
So you're taking Blunt.
I'm taking
Lynch.
Blunt.
I'm taking Lynch.
I'm taking.
I like the
Ooh,
workload.
can we throw a little action on this tonight? Who's gonna be a higher fantasy producer?
Well, I mean, I'm not betting money.
What? That's the best part about it.
What do you want to bet?
Lunch.
That's money.
Ping pong to the back.
I've
Oh
already
man,
done
here we
that.
go again.
All right, we'll see. Should we make bets with that being the punishment?
Yeah.
All right, that's fine.
And
For
however
more fantasy points.
however points he outscores him by is how many ping pongs you get. So if
No.
LeGarrette Blunt has 20
No.
and Marshawn has 7, that's 13 ping pong.
No.
Come on.
I'm not letting you hit a.
Oh, dude, the 12 touches, dude. The 12 touches.
We're gonna have you swinging ping pong balls at my back for an hour and a half so you can hit me 13 times.
You think Blunt's gonna outscore him that
You'll
much?
get.
Do you think Martin might take
5.
some carries away from Lynch?
I don't think Morgan's gonna play very much.
Yeah, I don't think
He
Martin.
could still take 3-4
I-
carries away.
I think
Just
he'll
said
take some.
I just said I'm.
But-
shocked
I think
he
the
made-
biggest-
Lynch is a high carry guy. He's not
Yeah,
gonna
he's
do
a high
what he
value
says,
guy.
I'm
high
shocked
carries.
Martin made the team.
Lynch will get all the work. I fully agree with
I
that.
don't think they're gonna
the
get a-
person that takes the most touches away from Marshawn Lynch
Oh, the
is the
Rams,
Rams
yeah.
offense.
Everybody say
That's what's
thanks to
taking the
Zeus.
touches away.
Thanks, Zeus.
It's gonna be a blowout.
Thank you, Zeus. That was. We appreciate the
Say
question.
thank you to Zeus.
Give
Joe.
all.
Thank you,
give
Zeus.
us all the questions. All
It
the
will be
questions.
an absolute blowout. I think I got the Rams by 100.
100.
Nah.
100. I did. I put a.
I am definitely hoping.
He's going with Lynch.
Thanks. That's good. We hope we steer
hope
you
we
in the
can
right
help.
direction.
I just want to let you know that there's a two-time defending champ or two-time champ sitting here, and there's two
Blunt's
people
gonna
that have
score.
never won.
Blunt's gonna score
The
in the
league.
first drive.
He's gonna
That's-
rip
that's
one
just
for
how
80
this
yards
goes.
for a touchdown.
What is it?
No, Blunt's gonna score in the first.
Blunt's
drive.
gonna score. He's gonna have like a four. The Blunt is a work. He's been a
He's not a
workhorse.
workhorse.
He went to Philly. He was a workhorse.
He's never been.
I
a
love.
I love LeGarrette Blunt.
Stop that work.
Do you remember? Do you remember when LeBarrette Blunt had that beautiful season for New England?
Yeah.
20-something touchdowns.
He wasn't a workhorse. He was
was-
getting goal line touches.
Who was the coach that was it Matt,
Matt
Patricia?
Patricia.
Oh, who coaches the
Matt
Lions?
Patricia.
Holy shit! I'm calling a LeGarrette Blunt show tonight, baby.
Matt Patricia is their defensive coordinator. They
What?
probably didn't even know each other.
Now they do.
Yeah, now they do.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Give me Lynch.
I need Todd Gurley to score me 35 points tonight.
He's probably gonna do it too.
I hope to.
I
God.
wouldn't be shocked.
I need Brandon Cooks.
Going ballistic.
I need Brandon Cooks to fart out a big goose egg. Do you think it's possible?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
hope so.
That's his career.
I hope so.
Goose egg or
Marvin Jones
28.
Jr., please. I've never owned you in fantasy football. Just
We're rolling up on
Four-
game time here. so
14, 15. Yeah, I gotta get out of here.
What's the question?
This
Dude,
guy,
put Blunt in.
Nathan Nall. He's down by 5 in fantasy. Opponent has Cooks and Rams D. He has Gurley. How's he gonna do?
Oh, you're good.
It's gonna be
you're
close.
Down 5?
No, you're holding,
He's
dude.
down 5 points.
He's-
He's got Gurley, and they got Cooks and the Rams.
The Rams
D.
defense might screw you if they
It'll be close.
if they can get like 20 points out of this, because I think that Oakland's going to be chucking in that
Gurley
fourth
should do
quarter.
well.
Gurley could put up 20, 25 points.
I do.
Yeah.
So you need that Rams defense, because I'm not.
You need a couple.
That's gonna be
What sucks
close.
is that's what's that called? Correlation. What's that called? The word is blanking. The Gurley and the Rams defense.
They're gonna take-
that works against you.
Yeah, they're gonna take points away.
You
from each
having
other.
Gurley and then them having the defense that works.
You need Oakland to put up points early.
And then he's got Cooks too,
Yeah.
or he's playing
Yeah.
against Cooks.
No, he's
Or he's playing against.
So you want
guy is-
Gurley?
It's Cooks and the Rams D, and he has Gurley.
Well, the thing is, the Rams are going to be up, so they're going to be running. But it's how they get up.
Yeah.
So if Cooks catches a long bomb early, that's not going to be great. So I wish you luck, though.
I do too.
I would say it's
got
about
the best player.
I would
I
say
need-
it's about 50-50.
I need Gurley to save my week too. So
You've got the best
For
player.
my one league, I need Gurley to have like 70 points for me to win.
Who was that?
Nathan All.
Nathan Nall.
Thanks, Nathan All.
Yeah, thanks, Nathan. For
Good luck. I think it's about 50-50.
Yeah. Do we have any more questions?
No, we do not.
Do you guys have anything else you want to throw in here?
Looking at 0-1, probably you're gonna be 1-0.
I'm 50-50. Marvin Jones versus Cooks.
Ridiculous.
I'm like 8.
It's absolutely ridiculous. I
It's just
100%
such a
agree.
Joe Schuer
It's a good
victory.
one.
I
Score 92 points and win.
I'm a grinder, dude. That's what I do. I grind out
I'm
W's,
score
dude.
140 points and probably lose.
You're such a jerk.
I'd rather be in your situation. Give me your team with an 0-1
No,
loss, and
I
I'll
like
take
my
it. That's
team,
exactly
so
how you should
I
feel.
don't
That
like your
you
team.
shouldn't be bothered by it. If your team's putting up 140 points and you know your team's good, you take the 0-1 loss like a champ. You're like, I'm good. Looking at the teams like mine, I'm going to be 1-0, and I'm freaking out because I got to waiver 4 people just to get my team back in shape.
Chris Thompson. 'Cause he
But the good
did
thing
me
is,
dirty.
there's a lot of people on the waiver wire this week. I love after the first week. There's so many players. Do not be afraid to use a top
Use
waiver.
your waivers, dude.
Yeah, don't
And if
be that
these
guy that's
people
like,
aren't
I got.
dumb, use a good amount of your fab too. Don't be afraid to spend them dollars.
Don't be afraid to use that number 1 waiver on a guy.
Don't be afraid to use that.
Waivers
priority.
are. I always
help
use
your team. It's
waivers.
very important at this
Claim
time.
your guys.
Yeah.
Claim your guys.
The first couple weeks.
All right, that's all we got today. Hopefully, we're back again for some more fantasy
We'll be
later
back.
on in the
I don't
year.
know if it'll be us three. That's what I wanted to say. Everyone in our league, I hope to get on here at least once. At least once. So I might not be on 1 week. Joe might be on 1 week with Nick. You know, who knows? You could be getting different people every week.
Make it fun.
I want to just get on with
Now,
bacon.
if those people are going to give you good or bad advice,
Start LeGarrette Blunt. I'm telling you, dog. That's all I gotta say, dog. You want to win? Start with Blunt.
come back every week. We're
All
going to
right.
be talking fantasy football. Spread the word.
Spread the word.